25-year-old rapist and murderer Pete Simiao has been sentenced to 2 life terms. Simiao was convicted of kidnapping, raping and murdering 6-year-old Amantle Samane from Soweto in 2024. A judge in the High Court in Johannesburg sentenced him on Monday to 2 years in prison for kidnapping, 1 life term for murder, 1 life term for rape, and 2 years for contravention of the Immigration Act. All of these sentences are expected to run concurrently. Handing down the sentence in court, the judge said that there were aggravating factors, among them being that Amantle was a defenseless child playing in the streets when Simiao pulled her into his shack and sexually assaulted her.
The post-mortem report evidences the trauma to her genitalia. The accused satisfied his perverted lust on a child, the most innocent and vulnerable member of society. Finally, her terror at having the accused place his hands around her neck and choke the very breath of life out of her. Our society is sick and tired of this epidemic of violence against women and children that has engulfed our country.
Ntombazodwa Samane, the emotional mother of the slain 6-year-old, says she finds relief in the sentence imposed. But even so, she's still left with more questions than answers. Tensions were high in Nigel on the East Rand. This as parents shut down Alra Park Primary School over crumbling infrastructure and safety concerns. The no-fee paying school remains closed after residents clashed with police and burned tires near the community hall.
We didn't allow our kids to come back to school because we felt that, one, it's not safe and their health is at risk. So that is why we said that we should keep our kids at home until this matter has been attended to.
Sis, what are some of your concerns? I mean, we're standing in one of these classrooms now that looks like it hasn't been used in months, if not years. What are your safety concerns for the children?
My safety concerns for the children is that where they are studying, they're in those mobile classes, it's very dusty. Kids, they come home very, 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 very dirty. And then you'll find that some they are suffering from sinuses, some they are suffering with bleeding because due to the dust that is there. So those are the safe concerns that we have, because even in those classes now, you will find that there's no electricity. Some of these classes, they cannot function. So it's not safe. It's not an environment that is safe for our kids to be at.
Gauteng Education vowed that a new school building would be ready within 18 months. According to the Gauteng Education MEC, Matumechilwane says these structures are different from those that were used back then.
These are not like the other structures that were built by the previous regime for their schools. They had built better schools for their schools. That's why they can claim a school that can be 100 years old, because they built it differently. They didn't build it like these ones for our people at the time. So these ones, they have dilapidated very quickly and they've become very dangerous for our children. So the agents of the school have committed a timeline for them that within the next 18 months they should be having their kids in a new school. Because fortunately the school already itself was also part of the roster of new schools. We just had to reorganize the roster to make sure that it gets priority because of the agency. There are schools that, of course, they are urgent, but there are those that are more urgent than others. And this one is more urgent, it's one of those that is more urgent than others.
Police officer and another suspect have been arrested in KwaMashu, KwaZulu-Natal. The two are allegedly linked to suspected cash-in-transit robbers killed earlier this morning in the area. The two suspects killed had been on the run. The SASSA biometric system is kicking in across various provinces. All grant applications captured and approved will now include biometric, fingerprint enrollment, or facial recognition. The agency believes that the system will detect and halt fraudulent activities in the SASSA grant system. Biometric data is taken to ensure grant applicants are authentic and to reduce fraud and errors. The country's largest steel producer, ArcelorMittal, is pulling the plug on its long steel business and taking thousands of jobs with it. Thousands of ArcelorMittal employees have been told in a letter from the CEO that the retrenchment process has begun. 3,500 jobs at the long steel operation in Newcastle and Vereeniging will now be lost, and another 500 positions also hang in the balance. The steel company says talks with the government have failed to resolve long-standing structural problems, including rising imports, limited tariff protection, high electricity costs, and worsening performance of the rail system. The Deputy National Police Commissioner, Shadrack Sibiya, has filed an additional affidavit in his bid for reinstatement. This follows the return of 121 dockets to the Political Killings Task Team.